Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the world of ocean freight. We're going to give you the tools you need to hire the perfect partner for your shipping needs, especially for those times when you just can't fill an entire container. Okay, so let's reframe this whole process. Don't think of this as just a technical choice. No, this is much more like a critical job interview. You're not just buying a service, you're hiring a key partner for your supply chain. And like any good interview, it all comes down to asking the right questions to find the best candidate for the job.
You know, if you're a shipping manager, you've definitely felt this headache. The world of global freight can feel incredibly complex, especially when you have cargo to move, but it's not enough to fill a whole container. So where do you even begin to look for a partner?
To navigate these tricky waters, what you really need is a reliable partner, something the industry calls a virtual carrier. And that brings our #1 job candidate right to the front of the line, the NVOCC.
So what in the world is an NVOCC? Let's pull up their resume and see what we're really working with here.
Think of it this way. An NVOCC is, for all intents and purposes, your carrier. They're the ones on the hook, taking full responsibility for your cargo from start to finish. But, and this is the kicker, they do all of this without owning a single one of those giant container ships themselves.
And that's their secret sauce, right? An ocean carrier owns and operates the vessels. The NVOCC, though, they're the master organizers. They go to the big carriers, buy up huge blocks of space, and then their whole game is consolidating lots of smaller shipments, like yours, into one neat, full container. Now, this is super important. An NVOCC isn't just some clever business idea. In many countries, it's a formal legal category with rules to follow. Their single most important credential is the House Bill of Lading, or HBL. Don't just think of this as a receipt. Oh no, it's a legally binding contract that makes the NVOCC directly responsible for your goods.
All right, we've met the candidate, we've seen the resume. Now it's interview time. Let's get down to this 7-point checklist, the absolute must-ask questions for any potential NVOCC. Okay, let's start with the big three, the absolute non-negotiables. First, your lanes. Are they actual experts on your specific shipping route? Second, rates. Is their quote transparent, or are there hidden fees lurking in the shadows? And third, the docs. You have to ask to see their House Bill of Lading. You need to read that fine print before you sign anything.
Okay, once you've got those fundamentals down, it's time to really dig into their operations. How good are their people on the ground, at both ends of the journey? Can they actually show you proof of their licenses and insurance? What about the tricky stuff? Can they handle dangerous goods or customs? And here's the real test. Can they back it all up with hard data? I'm talking on-time stats, client references, the real numbers.
So the interview's done. You've asked the hard questions and you've got your answers. Now comes the moment of truth. You have to decide, do we make the job offer? Is an NVOCC really the right hire for your company, or should you be looking at other options? So when do you pull the trigger and hire one? Well, it's pretty clear-cut. An NVOCC is an absolute game changer if you're shipping less than container loads, or if your volumes go up and down. It's ideal if you want one point of contact for the whole thing. On the other hand, if you're consistently shipping full containers at scale or dealing with bulk cargo, yeah, you might be better off contracting directly with an ocean carrier. So we're at the finish line. You're ready to make a decision. Extend that virtual handshake. What's the one big idea, the key takeaway that should be at the top of your mind?
It really all boils down to this. You have to treat the NVOCC as your virtual carrier. This isn't just about outsourcing a task. It's about hiring a partner, a virtual extension of your own logistics team. You've got to do your due diligence, verify everything, and choose the provider whose specific strengths are a perfect match for your needs.
And that leaves us with one final thought for you to chew on. Thinking about this 7-point checklist, this whole interview process, how does your current shipping partner stack up? Are they really ready for their performance review?